Hey, welcome to our episode of Cider Saturday with me, Chad of Chad's Beer Reviews. As you can see, I'm out on the porch. Nice weekday afternoon. Everybody's at work. Actually, they're all coming home from work as I'm shooting this. Anyway, Cider Saturday. This one, I can't believe I haven't gotten to. It's probably one of the biggest ciders in America. I'm talking about good old Angry Orchard hard cider. Crisp apple with other natural flavors. Gluten-free, 5% ABV. And it's actually pretty fresh because it says it's good until August of next year, so I assume that's a year out. Even has the nutritional facts. All right, so pour it into the Spiegel lager glass. And yeah, I mean, that's a pretty standard cider color. Probably call that really dark gold bordering on amber. So dark gold, light amber, something like that. Very clear. There's only 12 ounces, so you don't get much of you have a lot of headspace. So actually, that's kind of good for sticking your nose in the glass. So I mean, definitely has a very natural apple smell. I mean, I'm not like a super apple connoisseur that can pick out like, oh, that's Mac, oh, that's, Pink Lady or whatever, but it seems to be more on like the juicy kind of apple side, so probably like Macintosh or Empire or something like that. Has a little bit of a sulfite-y quality, has like a, bit of a tartness I can just smell. Smells really refreshing. I'm actually really thirsty, so let's dive in here. Cheers. Yeah, that actually is pretty juicy tasting. It does taste like your standard apple juice you would get on the supermarket store shelf, but obviously harder. It doesn't have like the super dry finish as like a lot of like the English style ones. It's not quite as tart, although I do get a little bit of sulfite quality on it. Yeah, juicy. I will say it's like a little sweet, a little, not exactly a sugar bomb or anything like that. Actually, that's the problem with sweet ciders compared to dry ciders. Dry ciders tend to be like super refreshing, whereas like any residual sweetness on like standard American ciders, like you can actually, they just make you more thirsty. So it's like you're thirsty, so you drink more, and then like you finish the bottle, you're like, I'm still thirsty, so I want another one. Mouthfeel's like a little thin on the, some of the mouthfeel's thin. I'm not calling it a thin mouthfeel. It's probably like medium light, but the carbonation is pretty low on this one, so it doesn't have like that super crisp effervescence of like a Strongbow or something like the English ciders tend to be super dry and like champagne carbonation. This kind of drinks. It's funny. This actually kind of drinks like a beer because of the lower carbonation. It does have a little bit of foam hanging around, but I mean, head retention is not normal or certainly not required with ciders like it is in beer. I would say I'm liking this one. I don't love it. I can't really find anything wrong with it. The one thing I do like about this one, compared to like the other handful of ciders we've reviewed on the show, it's probably like it seems to have the least amount of sulfites in it. Like, I mean, pretty much every cider I've had so far has had like a little bit in it, but yeah, this one is like really easy to drink. And I think like the lower carbonation in like the juicy taste actually makes it drink like juice. Like I could just slug this whole thing right down. In fact, this would be an easier cider to drink straight from the bottle because of the lower carbonation and yeah, lower sulfite. So yeah, I really like this one. I'm not in love with it, but this is for a mainstream macro cider. Actually, fun fact, this is actually made by Sam Adams or Boston Beer Company, and also they make twisted tea. In fact, they make most of their money off twisted tea instead of beer and cider now. But anyway, score for the Angry Orchard. I really like this one. Again, I'm not a cider connoisseur. I'm not a licensed cider judge, so take that for what it's worth. On a scale of 1 to 10 for cider, I think this is a solid 8. 8 out of 10 for the Angry Orchard Crisp Apple. I would like to try, I know they have a whole variety of flavors, so we'll get to those eventually, but got to start with the flagship. So anyway, if you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I survived this hurricane. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.